Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT The Game Season 3, Episode 134. This is NXT Rage. Let's waste no time because we're in front of 7,800 screaming NXT lunatics on the island of Hawaii. Tom Phillips welcomes us to NXT and says we're all in for a show. Tom Phillips says we have the authors of Pain, Akam, and Razor defending their NXT Heavyweight Tag Team Championships against, get this, Will Ospreay and the Velveteen Dream. Dream has been courting, if you will, Ospreay the last 2 months of Season 2, and regardless of all that has gone down, the Velveteen Dream has challenged the authors of Pain without Ospreay's consent, and Rachel Ellering, the leader of the Ellering Dynasty, has agreed. McGinnis says what a strange turn of events it has become because it's been a while. Will they, won't they, friends of frenemies with the Dream and Ospreay. Tom Phillips then adds, but coming up next, or first rather, we're going to see none other than Ruby Riott, the former NXT Women's Intercontinental Champion, get her rematch against Io Shirai. Byron Saxon says, and guys, we're kicking off NXT Rage with this match. So a 66C plus out the gate. We know we have 2 matches tonight, both of which title matches that we have confirmed, both of which featuring Ellering Dynasty members as AOP defends against Velveteen Dream and Will Ospreay, and Io Shirai puts her newly won NXT Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line in the contractually obligated rematch for Ruby Riott. All right. Speaking of which, we see Ruby Riott in the back with the authors of Pain, the NXT Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, and Rachel Ellering. Ruby says bye to AOP and heads to the ring with Rachel. We shift to Io Shirai, and here we go. So Akam, Ruby, and Rachel came across well. We've lost a little bit of heat, but we've advanced our Revolution storyline. 70C plus. And with the exact same rating from Legacy 2, Ruby Riott regains her NXT Women's Intercontinental Championship with a hard-fought, clean victory over Io Shirai. This match got the crowd hot, and a 60 and 63 for the two ladies. Extremely solid. We do still do eye candy matches on occasion, but this is a solid 66C as these women's ratings have grown. Excellent. As the bell sounds and a gasp is heard, Ruby Riott has done it cleanly. Ruby has won back her NXT Women's Intercontinental Championship from Io Shirai, and the NXT Universe just can't believe it happened so soon. A smile creeps across the face of Ruby, who takes back her championship and places it above her shoulders, leaving Io in the ring to her lonesome self. Ruby has regained her championship to open up Rage here tonight, and if this can happen, what else may go down tonight? So Io's getting better at his gimmick, Rachel coming across well, and Ruby going across as a real star in the segment, which is great. I don't like to do Hotshot Boogie like that. Legacy was built around this program to get it off of Ruby, but I did plan on putting it right back. Io Shirai, while I really enjoy her, I'm not really familiar with her character, and this was more so adding depth to the Ellering Dynasty characters, 65C. Speaking of adding depth, William Regal is shown with Will Ospreay as the Velveteen Dream walks in on the conversation. Regal says, look, it's not perfect, Will, I get it, but a chance at gold isn't something we just hand out in NXT. You and Dream could be something special, I feel it. This is why I granted the request. Will Ospreay is shaking his head. Velveteen Dream, who had walked in, says, does Willie have a problem teaming with the Dream? Asks the Dream as the fans pop. I went above and beyond to get us his championship opportunity, Willie. With the Ellering Dynasty feeling feisty given Ruby was getting a rematch tonight. The Dream, Willie, thought it was a great time to push the chips to the center of the Dream's table. Regal looks on as the Dream continues. Dream says, come on, Willie, let's go talk strategy. Dream grabs for Ospreay's hand, but Ospreay pulls back. Ospreay says, pass. The crowd popping. We'll just wing it out there. Ospreay walks away, turned off by the Dream, who simply smiles. So Ospreay wasn't great, but the Dream and William Regal came across well, most notably William Regal. Ospreay is learning to show more charisma from William Regal and Velveteen Dream, which is great. He's very solid in ring, but he's very poor in entertainment skills. So an 83B+, Ospreay and the Dream should be a fun tag team tonight against AOP. All right, next we're shown footage from last week with Drew McIntyre defeating Lars Sullivan in the main event. Barely, but defeating him with a future shock with Lars kicking out at 3, thus the controversy. We didn't see Lars attack him after the match. A brutal beatdown that left Drew down and out. Drew's a huge guy, so the fact that Lars was able to do this was a shock. We didn't see footage with wrestlers helping Drew up after a bit, even bloodied a bit. We then see earlier today footage from today showing Drew McIntyre heading into the NXT arena, NXT Heavyweight Championship over his shoulders, and Lars Sullivan blindsiding him, jumping him out of nowhere from behind and beating him up, the NXT champion, that is Drew McIntyre, very viciously. Lars is standing over as the road agents, referees, and medical personnel come to check on the NXT Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre, who was again beat up by Lars Sullivan. Lars left the scene, and this is a big thing to note here. Drew is huge, Lars is huge also, but the fact that Drew is able to be manhandled by Lars is huge for Lars. He's getting better at his gimmick, and Drew is coming across well. We've advanced the Rage storyline with Lars Sullivan and the McIntyre storyline as well. 86B+, no skill improvements, but I like where this is going. All right, now a video quickly shows Lars Sullivan saying he'll be in action next week. So nothing else to report there. Just Lars will be here next week. And I really like doing these next week stuff, as you guys have seen over the years. I really love doing this. But speaking of being here, it'll be this week as one of the finest things in life. The finest things. I want the finest things. Clips of Conor Reeves is shown. Conor Reeves makes his NXT debut tonight. So his millennial gimmick has got an average rating, 64C. All right, next up we see Bobby Roode defeat TJP in a 544 by submission with a Fujiwara armbar. Bobby Roode and TJP have great chemistry. Well, that's great. I wasn't expecting that. 75 and 61 for Bobby Roode and TJP. 75B-. Not bad at all. No skill improvements, but Bobby Roode gets the victory over TJP, which he needed after losing his championship in the triple threat at NXT TakeOver Legacy 2. After the match, Bobby Roode grabs the mic. Bobby just consistently puts out strong ratings for us, and the Bobby Roode chants begin to start, and Roode simply smirks. Roode says, despite what appears to be a nearly 7-foot giant and Lars Sullivan wanting to skip the line and get to the front to challenge Drew McIntyre for his NXT Heavyweight Championship, I wanted everyone here in attendance to know that while Bobby Roode is getting a little bit older, says Bobby Roode smirking, while I'm getting a little bit slower, he says smirking again, I'm getting a lot smarter. The fans pop. And while I've lost the NXT Championship for now, I'm not done. Bobby Roode is not done. Bobby Roode is not giving Roode. Bobby Roode is not finished, but Bobby Roode is with the fans all at once. Glorious. Roode smirks to his fans, dropping the microphone. A decisive win over TJP, TJ Perkins tonight lets everyone know that Bobby Roode means business. So 85B here. Next up, we strangely see a pair of slacks in the distance watching Bobby Roode, who has just cut his promo. We're unsure of who it is, however, that person has just taken notice of Bobby Roode, NXT's glorious one. So who is watching Bobby Roode? Interesting, 87B+. All right, speaking of the finest things, Conor Reeves dismantles Mark Andrews in just over 3 minutes with a bionic forearm. Conor Reeves gets the victory. He put up a 43, so not great. Could have been worse. Mark Andrews with a 54. Conor Reeves with the victory here tonight in NXT. A 56C-, so with Andrews and Reeves. Not a great match, but, I mean, it's not awful, so still a C. 56C-. All right. Next up, we see the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, the NXT Heavyweight Tag Team Championships with Rachel Ellering and the newly crowned regained NXT Women's Intercontinental Champion, Ruby Riott. AOP preparing for their main event championship events focused only tonight. AOP will take on the Dream and Ospreay in our main event. I'm really interested how those pair off together. Akam and Razor were fantastic and good. Both segments gained heat, which was great. No skill improvements, but at ADB, AOP leading the way as always. Speaking of wrestlers, though, who were in the NXT Heavyweight Championship match at NXT TakeOver Legacy 2, which was our WrestleMania, Aleister Black will be here next week and in action, so Black returns. And again, we don't like to feature guys every single week here on the save, so you're going to get them sparingly. And lastly, we see Triple H making his announcement that next week on NXT Resistance, we will have a new general manager. But who will it be? Tune in to find out. All right, 84B, let's get to the main event. 82B, that's great. And about that, superb wrestling and great heat, the Authors of Pain defeat the Velveteen Dream and Will Ospreay in 14:27 when Razor defeated Will Ospreay by pinfall with a Super Collider. During the match, we had Velveteen Dream turn on Will Ospreay, leave the ring, and leave the Authors of Pain to destroy them. They make their 32nd defense of their NXT Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Holy shit. 97 and 96 for Akam and Razor. Just absolutely... I'm snapshotting this right here. Absolutely bonkers. Ospreay and Velveteen Dream put up a 66 and 58 respectively. No skill improvements, but a 82 for Authors of Pain versus the Velveteen Dream, which was carried by the Authors of Pain. The Velveteen Dream, after smirking and turning on Will Ospreay, then leaving the ring for Ospreay to be destroyed by the now 32-time defending NXT Heavyweight Tag Team Champion Authors of Pain. Velveteen Dream finds himself atop the ramp, looking and laughing as Akon and Raycon are declared the winners. Footage of the Dream airs again, simply leaving Ospreay to be destroyed by the Authors of Pain, who could have seemed to have cared less. Whatever game the Dream is playing, he's playing chess while Ospreay appears to be playing checkers. The match was in the Authors of Pain's hands regardless, but Dream, who's now blowing kisses, has just done some serious damage to Will Ospreay. Is this because Ospreay blew him off earlier in the night? We're not sure. But as always, we're left with a lingering question as it relates to the Authors of Pain. How long will they go unopposed? So an 83B out the gate. Ooh, look at that. Riot and L-Ring. Great. Love it. 83B. Let's see what we got for the show. Hopefully an 80. An 83B plus. That's what I'm talking about. Rage puts up a solid rating on the save here tonight. And we're going to end Season 3's and Episode 134 here for the evening. Cohen's getting ready. He has school tomorrow. Exciting stuff. So he'll be back next episode because that kid has to be on the channel. He absolutely loves it. He loves the guys when you guys leave him comments and stuff like that. He really enjoys doing this with me, and I love doing it with him too. But either ways, this was NXT The Game Season 3, Episode 134. This was Rage. We'll have right here, as you can see, we'll have Wednesday, Week 4, April 2019 of Resistance. And then when we get into a weekly format for both shows, will I get burnt out? Probably. Am I going to attempt to do so? Yes. Is that an additional 50 shows that I don't need to book? Absolutely. But we're gonna give it a go. If I have to shift, I have to shift back. But that's all right. We're gonna give it a go. This was NXT The Game Again, Season 3, Episode 134. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a glorious rest of your day.